Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching episode 2 of season 2 of Young Royals. In the first episode, the new term at Hillerska started. I think it's only set after the Christmas break, so not much time has passed between seasons 1 and 2. Villa is back, determined to make August's life a living hell, which I'm here for, but it's also quite stressful to watch because the situations are so awkward, and because of the way this show is, it feels so realistic and you feel like you're right there in the situation, and it can be so awkward to watch at times because it feels like you're there in the room and it's like, ugh. August is already on the brink of collapse because he had a panic attack over the situation. But as I said, I don't think he's sorry for the consequences it had on Villa and Simon. I think he's stressed out because of the consequences it may lead to for him. I still think he's self-centered as ever, but you know, maybe he will progress this season. There's also a new guy in the picture for Simon called Marcus or Magnus. I think it's Marcus, and he's fine. Like, I'm certainly not rooting for him and Simon to be a couple in any sense, but I already can tell that it's gonna happen, so it is what it is. There's just, you know, no chance it's ever gonna last, so he's just a rebound boyfriend, and his friends told him to get a rebound as well, so I think that's what Simon sees him as too, although I'm not quite a fan of using people as a rebound because that's not nice for the other person, but so far I don't have any attachment to Marcus whatsoever, so you know, he's just another character. Sara has moved in with Felice. August came through on his deal with her to talk to the board and get her scholarship, so she is happy. At the end, Villa had an outburst to his mom because it had been arranged that he has to give a speech at the end of term jubilee or something. Oh, I can't remember all the terminology they used, but there was no discussions with him about it. It just got thrown upon him in that moment, and he spoke to her about how Simon is on a date with another guy and she didn't really care, so he just had an outburst and said he doesn't want to be the crown prince and he's not giving the speech, and then he screamed into his pillow. It just sums up his whole journey throughout this whole show, doesn't it? I mean, Villa has had such a hard time of it and I feel so awful for him. It kind of all rests on his shoulders to fix everything, and that's the problem. That's why I feel so awful for him, because it's up to him to fix things with Simon, but it's also up to him to be the crown prince and carry on the family line. Like, it's such a struggling situation, especially for a teenager to have to deal with, so that is why I've always had a soft spot for Willa. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Young Royals, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoy, and let's get into episode 2 of season 2 of Young Royals.
Ah, vad bra. Kronprinsen har telefon in hos mig.
Det är min mamma, eller?
Ja, det stämmer.
Ni kan hälsa att jag inte har tid.
Och det är flera gånger.
Ni kan
Who
hälsa
cares?
att jag har mer att säga.
They're really pulling out all the parallels in such a heartbreaking manner, aren't they?
Jag fyller faktiskt 18.
Va? Wow.
Oh, she's a year older.
De här kostar ju hur mycket som helst. Jag kan inte ta emot det, det är alldeles för dyrt.
Nej.
Men gud, vi har gått
Nej,
allihopa.
nej. Alltså, ja, alltså vi köpte dem tillsammans. Var och sen så...
A few hundred each.
Och det är lika för alla.
A few hundred each. Oh, I hope they don't riff or something. I could so see it going wrong, where like they riff on the first day.
Deseamos a ti, cumpleaños, min Sara.
How embarrassing though. I hate having happy birthday sung to me. I hate birthdays.
Fick redan ett par av tjejerna och ännu bättre märke.
Oh, wow.
Jag kan lämna tillbaka dem så kan jag få pengarna. Allting kostar så himla mycket här så att de fattar inte att jag ska riktigt ha råd.
Kolla vem jag har här.
It's so interesting. I'm glad they are still showing this contrast, because that has kind of been the theme of Sara's storyline the whole time, of her feeling like she is under everyone else because she can't afford the nice things, and now they're gifting this stuff to her. She's still not being thankful for what she has and for what Simon has just got her. Like, even if I already had a pair, I would still take them. Like, you can't hurt having 2 pairs of jobbers. She tried explaining how she feels then about her friends, that they don't understand that she can't afford precious things and whatnot, but it kind of got spoken over. It's a catch-22 because I don't think her friends look down on her for it, but she looks down on herself. And then there's all these reminders. She doesn't want the cheap jobbers because it's a reminder that she is poor, but then when they give her precious stuff as well, it's also a reminder that she's poor because she can never afford something like that.
Han ville kolla film I veckan typ, men vi får se.
Okej, men vi alla vet vad film betyder, eller? Ligga! Du går dit, Netflix and chill, och sen poff! Ville vem?
Ni är knäppa alltså.
Okay. Right in front of his sister. Nice. The awkward looks are so real. This and Heartstopper are the two shows that have taken me back to school so realistically in the recent shows I've watched, because they just feel so true to what the school life was like. Or the school crushes. I wouldn't quite say I relate to this school. We never played this kind of stuff in PE.
Har vi ett problem eller? Ja. Ja, vadå? Ni har ingen rätt att vara på vår våning och ni får absolut inte använda våra duschar.
Jag går och kör efter uppe.
Men vad fan, August?
Om ni är missnöjda med honom får ni byta ut honom.
Oh my god.
Byta perfekt.
Nej, varför
Why
inte
not?
då? Ja, för att han brinner för det.
Du skulle få fler röster än honom.
Villa! I kinda like what Neil said though. It's his passion, like that's real friendship, but you know, he did look kinda taken by that.
Sitt med mig.
Nej, men jag måste sitta med...
Oh, he tried to get her to sit with him. No. There's no avoiding each other.
Jag vill ha det där spacet som du tycker är så skönt.
Eller med jag känner. Du kanske borde testa det.
The digs!
Ni kan ta med era saker. Med en gång, det är bråttom.
They're calling for him during class time. Did it have to be this class? Really?
Vad är det här på skolan?
What? What do you
Vi
mean
åker om
being
en
an honor?
kvart.
Jan-Olof, vad fan är det som händer? Jag fattar
Have
inte.
they just pulled him out of the school?
Ni kan ju inte ringa och utfärda hot mot kungahuset utan att förstå att det får konsekvenser. Nu åker vi och packar era väskor.
När kommer jag
Even
tillbaka
though he is the monarchy. Unbelievable. Just when I didn't think this family could get any worse. Oh.
Det är inte en helt dum idé att han åker hem. Men
Oh,
också
you'd love that,
logiskt.
wouldn't you?
Så det är nog bäst för alla.
Nu är det inte upp till er att bestämma
Du
det.
kan inte tvinga mig.
Bra om inte jag skriker.
I was thinking, is he gonna have an outburst in front of everyone? No, that snow globe's gonna break. Don't tell me that was something Eric gave him.
Kommer du ihåg den här?
Ja, du fick den av morfar.
Ja, jag tänkte i alla fall att du kunde få den av mig.
Tack Erik.
Du slipper i alla fall vara kronprins.
Well, that didn't age well, did it?
Jag tror att det blir reaktioner när du kommer med hot.
Vadå hot? Jag sa ju bara vad jag kände.
Alltså du vet mycket väl att Jan-Olof kommer bara in när det är absolut nödvändigt, och det är det nu. Du har gått för långt.
It really surprises me that they're doing this, like the royal court, whatever that may be. Disclaimer, I know nothing about my own monarchy, let alone the Swedish monarchy. I don't know how any of this stuff works. But it really surprises me that they've decided to do this because it's quite public. It's not like public in terms of newspapers and stuff, but they had to know that Wilhelm was going to resist, and the rest of the school are literally outside his door listening in / watching on. The whole cause of all this mess is that he doesn't want to comply. So I would have thought that they would just leave him to fester rather than doing this, because this is quite public. It like airs their dirty laundry because he's resisting, and then there's obviously other people interested and trying to listen in on what's happening.
Pappa och jag älskar dig som du är, Wilhelm. Så vill jag att det ska komma ut på dina egna villkor, inte för att någon tvingar dig. Du är inte mogen för att ta det beslutet nu. När du är 18 och myndig, då kan vi prata om det här.
I don't believe her.
Vi måste vara noga med dem vi väljer att ha omkring oss, och de måste acceptera
So
situationen.
she's saying when he's 18 and mature, he can make his own decisions. So in the meantime, they need to train him up to be the best crown prince possible. and then he can make his own decision on whether he wants to reveal his relationship with Simon or not and live in that relationship. But somehow I don't quite trust her, because I feel like she's just manipulating him into complying, and then when he's 18 she's still gonna say no. I want to believe her. Maybe if her actions throughout this season back up what she's saying, I will believe her by the end, but for now I just think she's trying to use this as a way to get him to stop misbehaving and keep him in line, and then when the time eventually comes she wouldn't keep to her word.
Jag vill inte sluta på Hillerska.
Vad känns det fel om jag inte agerade när du uttrycker det som du gjorde?
Snälla, kan inte du bara vara min mamma just nu? Snälla.
Jag vill att du träffar en psykolog.
I take that. I think he actually needs therapy, so.
Håller talet på 120-årsjubileet. Det är inte förhandlingsbart.
På ett villkor. Jag vill att du plockar bort livvakterna.
Nej, men det kan jag inte göra. Det är en säkerhetsfråga.
Vad är hotet? Det är mitt ute i skogen.
He got a pretty decent end of the deal there, to be fair.
Annat någonting under lovet.
Who's gonna practice rowing over Christmas break?
Det duger inte. Nästa. 1 minut maxfart.
Not all of us are doping up, August. Is he gonna give him back his jumper, or is he gonna keep it?
Du bara inte kan bry dig. Också efter det idag, hur kan du bara stänga av?
Vadå inte bry mig?
He wants space, it doesn't mean he doesn't care.
Men att jag inte kan vara kung eller prins om jag inte får vara den jag är. Men därför hon kom för att hämta mig. Jag stod på mig.
Hon stöttar mig.
Men...
Nej, ingen men.
Yes, there is a but.
Mamma sa att när jag fyller 18 så ska vi prata om det. Prata om vad jag vill och så här. Det är bara 2 år som det skulle behöva vara hemligt.
Only 2 years.
Det är på riktigt jag ska sitta här och vänta på dig i 2 år. Du kunde inte ens vara ärlig med att du skulle neka att det var du i videon. Jag kan inte vara din hemlighet igen.
I am on Simon's side when it comes to that. He can't expect him to wait around him for all that time and to be a secret. It's not fair to make someone live their lives in a way that you don't even like yourself. Is that Maddie? What the hell is she wearing?
Ja, om man ligger med någon och man bara lika gärna kan komma själv.
Yes, preach it.
Why can't they make Sara ace? I'd be much more here for that than her inevitable romance with August. I think you should set that as your lock screen. Not that, the message. The messages, in fact. Set those as your lock screen as a reminder of what he really is, Sara. Oh, yes! I really wanted him to keep it. Oh, yeah, he's got to write that song, doesn't he? Is he going to write it about Wilhelm? I love that they incorporate Omar's musical talent in with his character. Sometimes it takes a good look in the mirror to make you realise what you're doing, and this isn't what moving on is. And now he's gonna go to Marcus.
Vad vill du se på då?
Vad gillar du?
The Crown. Oh. Can I turn this movie off, please? Oh, okay. His friends were right. They knew what watching a movie meant.
Bjöd inte hem dig bara för att få ligga med dig. Gillar dig. Som fan.
The feelings aren't reciprocated though. Now he looks like he wants to leave. So I'm not gonna get what I wanted. I wanna go.
Det var Felice. Det var Felice som berättade för Wilhelm om videon.
You're really ratting your best friend out. For him!
Att de går ut med det eller att du gör det först. Jag menar, nu har du fortfarande chans att göra det. Men ta smällen.
He's never gonna do that.
Nu kan jag kyssa dig. Jag vill bara testa en grej.
Oh God! Why are all the worst pairings getting kisses this app? Oh, I think I have my answer to what she was doing last episode.
Jag tror jag ville sex med dig.
If there's one thing I respect about her, it's the honesty.
Jag är väl orolig. Det är väl alla föräldrar.
I'm not your parent, but I'm worried about you.
Jag blev kronprins och
Your life was ruined.
då räcker inte det eller?
Det är att allt som ni säger här inne, det är konfidentiellt. Eller det är om du har varit här på utsatt tid eller inte.
Yeah. Please take it. You need that. There's absolutely no shame. I have picked up a lifetime's worth of those pamphlets.
Att de öppnat skjutbanan. Ska vi boka den då?
Hallå, ska ni ta idag?
Don't tell me you're gonna vote him out at the shooting range when he will have a gun in his hand.
Inte korps. Det är lugnt. Kanske inte ni heller borde göra om ni ska ha någon chans kvar med rodlaget.
Maybe they should also take drugs.
Det är han som ska hjälpa oss.
Oh wow.
Kör!
This is such a rich people sport.
Bra där!
Wow.
Nästa sitter!
Oh, don't give him advice. That makes him feel worse.
Kör! Snyggt!
Snyggt!
Snake.
Du fixar det här, Wille.
I'm starting to feel a little bit bad for Marcus now.
Vi förtjänar de privilegier som traditionen bjuder. Men nu är det kaos. Och det smittar av sig på hela skolans område.
I get what they mean. As much as I don't agree with tradition, it does suck if you've gone through all of high school waiting to be the ones that receive all the privileges, and then when it gets to your time, you're straight back down at the bottom again. I remember at school we had top, middle and bottom lockers, and the rule when I joined was that year 7s and 8s had to have bottom lockers, year 9s and 10s got middle lockers, and year 10s and 11s got top lockers. And when I got to year 9, I was so excited to get a middle locker, and then they changed the rules completely, and so year 7s ended up having top lockers. When I was still on the bottom, I was fuming. Bottom lockers are the worst things. You're there on the bottom, and there's people with middles and top lockers not even waiting for you to finish, but just going above you. All their shit falls down on your head, and then there's these year 7s that have top lockers and they can't even reach it. Oh, I was so mad when that happened. I went through 4 years of having a bottom locker, and then finally in year 11 I got a top locker. But when I tell you, the system should have remained in place. I should have had 3 years of not having a bottom locker, but I had 1 without one. Much as I don't agree with hierarchy systems, I can get it from their point of view because they've been waiting all this time to be the ones that get to have their dinner first and stuff. They're just having that all stripped away from them. So they're taking any avenue they can to get the system back, and it is very much playing into Villa's hands because Villa wants August gone, and this would ruin August's life pretty much because being the head prefect is like his main personality trait.
Vi har redan röstat fram en ny prefekt. Från det med i laget, givetvis. Och dina åsikter är värdefulla för oss.
Vincent är nu perfekt. Grattis!
Oh shit, his name's Vincent! I've been calling him the actor's name this whole time.
Kvalificeras i laget.
Ja, fast det där är ju typ 17 kilometer. Det där är inte ett spår, det är en jävla stig. Någon kan ju skada sig.
Förlåt, jag trodde det var jag som var lagkapten. Även om han är efter utvecklingen, både mentalt och fysiskt. Som ni vet.
Oh my god, he's a prick.
Simon, kom igen.
Nej, ärligt, varför bryr dig?
Jag vill inte att du drar ner betygen. Kom nu, jag vet en annan väg.
Bara som är att fuska.
Ja, kom.
I'd rather cheat than run 17 kilometers.
Känner du han?
Han är från Bjärsta. Alla känner alla i Bjärsta. Just det.
Det är Jan-Olof från Kungliga hovet som försöker nå dig. Jag vill meddela att drottningen hälsar att du bör infinna dig på slottet nu på tisdag.
Villa, don't do that.
Det är viktigt att du kommer då hon vill
That's
ha
an
ett
invasion
möte
of
och
privacy.
ett samtal med dig.
It's safe to say that Vincent looks like an even worse prefect than August. I was happy at first to see August's life getting ruined because I think he deserves to be stressed for a period, because I think this is the biggest consequence that he's going to get from what he did. This meeting with the Queen is going to be fun, watching him shitting himself about it, but I don't think she's going to give him any consequences. She'll give her own son consequences for his threats, but she's not going to give him consequences for outing a sex tape. I don't think so anyway, considering how she protected August before. She literally is paying for his tuition, so I don't think he's going to get any consequences, but it's nice to see him stressed. Although I do actually think August was way more fitting for the head prefect role. Like, curse August for every damn thing as much as you like, as much as we should. He was good at being a prefect. He wasn't fair to Simon, but he got things done. Like, he was very good at the preparation, like for that parents' dinner thing they had. He was harsh on the rowing team, but he wasn't as bad as Vincent was. Jesus, I cannot believe how tough he is being after he just lucked out on getting voted in as the new team captain. But in the end, August was elected the prefect for a reason, and if he hadn't made that mistake with Villa and Simon and the sex tape, he would still be where he is. It's right for him to be punished like this, but at the end of the day, I do think he was a better prefect than Vincent. But we have to have August suffer, so, you know. But in turn, everyone else is suffering because Vincent is being very hard on them. I'm glad Villa and Simon have decided to be friends. They can't exactly go back to being friends. You can't be friends with someone you're mutually in love with. The space thing wasn't going to work out. They can't have space because they sit next to each other in lessons. They're in so many of the same classes. It's hard for them to avoid each other. So as painful as it may be to be friends, avoiding each other is practically impossible. So this is what they have to do until they get to a place where they can be together, aka when Villa decides it's time to stop listening to his mother and just do it. Marcus, I did start to feel a little bad for him because he is just nice. That's his personality trait. He's nice. He genuinely likes Simon. He's not just wanting to have sex with him. Even when Simon offered it to him on a plate, he genuinely has feelings for him. He was nice to Villa, like he was motivating him. He's just a nice dude. You can't really fault him. But they've not given him enough depth for me to feel truly horrible for him yet. I do feel bad for him though, in the sense that Simon clearly doesn't have feelings for him. Feelings may grow over these episodes, but they're never going to match to what he felt for Villa. So he is just a rebound. Simon blatantly is using him as a rebound. Like, he literally just went there for sex, and then as soon as Marcus was like, oh, I genuinely like you, I'm not just using you, let's just watch a movie, Simon looked like he wanted to leave. He was just sat there with Marcus's arm around him and he was like, oh shit, now I have to stay and watch a film. These girls are so nice to Sara. Like, I thought they were gonna have a hard time accepting her at first, besides Felice, because obviously we had their whole growth over season 1. But the rest of the girls, I thought they were going to be treating her differently, but they're all genuinely nice to her and they see her as a friend. So I cannot believe that Sara sold out Felice to August. Like, hoes over bros. Have you never watched One Tree Hill? Then again, One Tree Hill isn't a prime example. They may say hoes over bros, but the love triangles in that show are wild. Felice has done so much for her and she's so lovely to her and they're friends, and now she has just told August who was behind it. I get that she wants to get herself off the hook because August thinks it was her and it's not right for her to be unfairly blamed for it, but the whole situation is just so fucked up that she is protecting the boy that nearly got her mum to take her out of school. She was blaming Simon for it, like, oh, it was your mistake that nearly made me leave the school. I remember that whole rant she went on in the finale about him, you know, saving people and whatnot, and she even had a reference to that this episode, and I was like, oh. But she doesn't blame August for it. Like, yeah, Simon was in the sex tape, but he didn't release the sex tape. He was filmed without his consent. It was August the one that shared it, and he was the one that created all this chaos and your life nearly going wrong. So why are you protecting him? Like, you blackmailed him to get the scholarship. Why do you care about his view for you? Besides the fact that you want to have sex with him, and I don't want to watch that. I don't want August and Sara to have sex. It's going to happen. I mean, She clearly has very strong sexual desires for him. There have been 2 episodes of her getting aroused due to him. Getting aroused and watching him have a panic attack was a weird one though, I have to say. But yeah, I'm not excited for their weird ass romance that's gonna happen. I'm more invested at the moment in how the stuff is gonna go down with the crown. Wilhelm, August and the Queen, that triangle there. I'm going to be keeping my eye on the Queen because I'm distrustful of her thus far. I don't believe she'll keep her word. We'll see what she says to August next episode. I would hope that she would berate him for sharing it, like even if she doesn't give him any consequences or repercussions from it, which I don't think she will. I'd like her to at least say how it was wrong and ask him to apologise. I don't know, August has apologised to Villa, but it's never felt genuine. It's all about himself. So yeah, I just want her to make him sweat. Do something for her child that's beneficial to him. She's ordered him to do therapy, which I think will be beneficial for him. But the rest of it, I just see as manipulation. So I just want her to do something. Act like a mother, not the queen. As he said, he's completely correct in that way. She's always the monarch. She's always the queen doing her duties. You're neglecting your duty as a mother. Just be a mother to your son. I'm glad that Willa stood his ground and they had that negotiation scene. I feel like he did get a fair deal out of that. He's got no bodyguards anymore, thank the Lord. Like, it's so awkward just watching him being followed all the time. I couldn't imagine living like that. She did have a pretty good scene there where she did come up with those compromises. She didn't just pull him out of the school as she was originally planning to. She treated him like a human being in that scene and not just, you know, a crown. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching my reaction to season 2 episode 2 of Young Royals. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Young Royals, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 3. Bye.